Hello and welcome to my channel. Hi, I'm Wendy J. Haney. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a very simple block. You're going, oh, geez, Wendy, nothing too exciting about that one. But here's the kicker. You can make one block, throw a 10.5-inch square of fabric on top of it, cut it in half, and now you have two blocks. Two 10.5-inch squares. The fun comes in when you start putting them all together and twisting and turning, and the potential quilt layouts you've got are amazing. It just all depending on what you want. To be honest, I thought I was going to do a quick video and say, I'm sorry, I'm busy, life is crazy. Oh yeah, we bought a cabin in the Smoky Mountains. Guess what it's called? Quilted Pines Cabin! You'll hear more about that later. But we've been busy getting that ready so it can be rented, and yeah, life is just nuts. But I didn't want to go by without another block since I gave you an extra store video last time. Sitting on the couch last night with my glass of wine, being exhausted, and I was reading the Quick and Easy Quilts magazine. Yep, it comes in the mail, and I was flipping through it, and I got to this one. It is called 4-Point Turn. It is by Karen Gage. It's on page 65 of the Quick and Easy Quilts Summer 2026 magazine. So, if you're somebody that gets that magazine, check it out. Yeah, and I'm like, oh, I think I could actually get that done on Sunday, because it's Sunday, and we're leaving for Nebraska on Thursday, so... Oh. And this video needs to be ready by Friday. Yeah, life is crazy. Anyway, so I thought, let's do this. Let's do this. So here is what you end up with. You make a block, which I'm going to show you how, and then you throw a 10.5-inch block of your darker fabric on top of it, stitch it down the middle, cut it in half, and you have two blocks. Pretty slick, huh? So, of course, I'm going, okay, this is Saturday night. Sunday morning, I'm like, what's in my stash? What do I have? Do I have something? Blacks are not, she did it with a black for this fabric. I don't exactly usually have a lot of blacks. I did find one, and I'm like, it's not going. But guess what I found? This is very 2.5-inch strip friendly. I found this jelly roll. It is called Rollin' Round by Island Batiks. And I'm like, ooh, I like that. I was concerned that these two at the bottom might be a little dark. Okay, so then I started walking around my Quilt Factory stash and going, okay, what do I have that's dark enough that would go with it? And I happened to come across this fabric. I actually found another fabric too, and I was debating. I'm like, ugh. And then I went, okay, what happens if I don't have enough of that? And now I started this, and I can't finish it. Went online, found somebody on Etsy that has it, that I can buy a lot of it. So we're going with this, and I thought, yeah, that's a nice contrast of dark and lights. And I'm probably going to pull out those two colors. So we're going to do that. Okay? That's what we're going to do. What do you need? You need of your darker fabric. And you know what? The layout of this really goes well with a dark and then medium to lighter tones for the other colors. But hey, this doesn't mean that's what you have to go with. So, play with it. There's a link in the description to get the template so you can see what your options are and what things you could potentially do with it. Hey, I don't know, maybe you've got, oh, in fact, I have some layer cakes over there that, ooh, could be really interesting with this. Makes it even faster. Layer cakes and jelly rolls? Score! Okay, so what do you need? You need to make two blocks, a 10.5-inch square of your dark, 2.5 by 6.5, and 2 2.5. So 2 of the 2.5 by 6.5, 2 2.5 inch squares, and 1 10.5 inch square. That is of your dark. Then of your lights. So from each of my jelly roll strips, I am cutting 2 10.5 inch strips, 2 6.5 inch strips, and 1 2.5 inch square. So this is what I can get out of each jelly roll strip, or with the fabric. So go buy fabric and you can do with the fabric. I figured out with the black, if you cut 1 10.5 inch width of fabric and 2 2.5 inch widths of fabric, you could get 8 blocks. So combine that with 8 different strips of fabric of your colors, and you've got 8 blocks. Not bad, huh? Okay, so what are we gonna do? And what I discovered is of my 2.5 inch black, my width of fabric, that's all I had left, and that's all I had left of my jelly roll strip. So that could work in, and you could still use that for some of your 2.5. Okay, so what are we gonna do? We're going to, and I tossed them, we're gonna grab your color and your 2 2.5 inch strips of squares of black, and we're gonna sew those together. Now, I don't want to complicate things, but if you're using with the fabric and you can cut things differently, you could easily cut a 2.5 inch strip of your color longer, with the fabric of your black, and strip piece them and then subcut them. Just a thought, because this would go together a lot faster then. So I'm going to take this to the sewing machine. I'm going to sew my black there. I'm going to come back. I'm going to put the black on top of there and do it that way. And I am going to press to the dark. Now you have your middle strip with your color in the middle. Grab those 2.5 inch by 6.5 inch dark fabric, black potentially, and we're going to put 1 on either side. I'm going to go like this, sew a 1/4 inch, back, there, and sew a 1/4 inch. Once again, I am going to press to the dark because that's where I have no seams. Now we have our 6.5 inch square, and I should have mentioned this earlier. I'll try and add a note at the beginning. Is because I'm using jelly rolls, well, let's face it, jelly rolls, anything pre-cut, you're assuming, oh, this was cut by a machine, it should be exact. Yeah, no, not so much. So as I was subcutting it, I was also keeping an eye on the width of my jelly roll. And yes, I trimmed up that strip at various points. It is a scant amount that I'm trimming off, but doing that ensures I truly do have a 2.5 inch strip. If you're not using jelly rolls and you're doing full cuts of fabric, you should be in good shape. But watch your trimming and your cutting and making sure you really have a 2.5 inch strip. There we go. Now, it's really easy to grab your 6.5 inch strips of your color and go, oh, yeah, okay, these don't you go on here next. Don't. You want your, how can I put it? Your strips, your 6.5 strips of dark that are the full length, keep those on your left, and you're going to left and right, and you're going to put your colored fabric on the top and the bottom. This will keep your seams accurate so that your next ones you're going to go on are the full length here and match your full length. So not the end of the world if you don't, but depending on your fabric and where you can see the seams, you will see that slightly different than when you start cutting that block in half. So this is your strip top to bottom. These are your 2.5 inch squares of your dark. We're going to take this 1/4 inch and 1/4 inch there. And in this case, I press to the colored fabric because that is where I don't have any seams. There we go. We've got those 6.5 inch strips on. Now you're going to grab your 10.5 inch strips and put them on the other side. Yep, as you can see, we just build from our color on the inside, black, and our color on the outside. Pretty easy peasy, huh? So what we're going to do is, that goes there, 10.5 inch strip, that goes there, 10.5 inch strip, our 1/4 inch, and our 1/4 inch, and we have a finished 10.5 inch square. And then we're going to turn it into two 10.5 inch squares. And there we have it. This is now a 10.5 inch block. What do you have left? Well, you're like, okay, I still have that 10.5 inch black fabric square. Yep, now it's time to turn this into 2 blocks. Well, turn this into 2 blocks. Okay, take your black and, yes, I apologize. No, I don't, because I love my batiks. Batiks are easy. We're marking on the wrong side of the fabric. What we need to do is what we're going to do, we're going to put right sides together and we're going to stitch a 1/4 inch off center to turn this into, well, essentially a half square triangle. That's how we make half square triangles. So you can decide whether you're going to mark the center. So we're going to do corner, corner to corner. Make sure your fabric is pressed. My ruler that I normally use to mark on each side of the center is not long enough for a 10.5 inch square, so we got the long ruler. So there we go, we're marking corner to corner, and now you're going to stitch a 1/4 inch on either side. If you prefer to mark your 1/4 inch stitching line, then mark your center, and then I come back and I put my 1/4 inch mark on that line, or for that matter, you could put 1/4 inch here, 1/4 inch there, not do the center, and mark here, flip it around, and do the same here. It is up to you how you like to mark and stitch a 1/4 inch off center. Okay, then we're going to put right sides together, and I'm not perfect. So, yep, mine's a little off down here. That's okay. Just make sure that's nice and centered on there. I think it is. We're good, so I'm going to flip it over. And now I'm going to pin. Because we're stitching only in the middle here, I'm going to just stitch or pin here along the edges of it with my pins that are far enough away from the center not to get run into. Okay, now you're going to take this to the sewing machine and stitch a 1/4 inch on either side of center. And then the magic happens. Now that we have that sewn, what are we going to do? We're going to make our half square triangles by cutting this in half right down the middle. Okay, there we go. And this one I am going to press towards the dark, away from the seams. And there we go. We have 2 blocks. Now, aren't those pretty? Here's the fun. You can start doing some interesting things with them. Let's see, move that down a little. Blocks are, hold on here. There we go, a little bit better. Okay, granted, that's a lot of big black there in the middle. Not sure I like that. Okay, let's do something else. Let's do that. Let's do this. Oh, that could be cool. Just think about this. I would suggest you get all your blocks done. Figure out what size in general you want your quilt. Make a bunch of blocks. So for each, I have a jelly roll. I have 2 of each color. So that means I get 4 blocks out of each color. I'm going to just go with it. I'm going to order more of this fabric and go with it. I'm thinking, where's my pile of colors? Boy, girl, I think we could go either, or, oh, I don't know. I love these colors. It's very nice. Maybe I'll keep it. Charlie would like it. Make a quilt. So then get on the floor with your cat, with your dog, whoever's trying to help you, and start twisting and turning and laying it out. Once again, check below. There's a link to get a request a template that has the information you need on cutting, measurements, etc., as well as I printed out some examples of what you can do with your quilt blocks. Have fun with it. That's all that matters. Well, there we go. Kevin should be able to get this put together, and we're ready to go for Friday. And I'm going to go run and get the template ready, and not too bad for a few hours on a Sunday. And I would love to keep working on this, but I'm late for 2 blocks for the Village Quilters. Sorry. And my guy is pestering me to get that Smoky Mountain National Park panel out and figure out something to do with that so we can hang it up at the new cabin. He's got a lot of things he's putting on my to-do list, I think. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and take care and happy quilting.